Zimonia, a radio station previously owned by raiders, will be turned into a Brotherhood of Steel base. As you can see, the borders of this settlement are idiotic and present a challenge to anyone willing to build something worthy of the gods, but that won't stop me, I'm not a little bitch. Since the highway is nearby, I wanted to start by adding a big platform that is enclosed from one side facing that highway. By having this platform, I can make sure the snipers and other scum that decide to hide up there can't easily kill the people in the settlement. I placed the platform a bit higher above ground, so one stair set is aligned with the radio tower block. I also had to make sure the sides of the platform don't go out of bounds. This irritated me quite a bit, and stabby feelings started to touch me, but I managed to control myself and continued adding smaller platforms near the edges of the settlement border. Connecting the platform that was high up with the one on the ground was a bit tricky, but not impossible. Nothing is impossible. Once that was done, we all can notice the shittiness of the situation. Floating platforms are a disgrace to our nation, and we must deal with them. To do that, I used black walls and placed them in line with the supports so it connects them to the ground. It took me about 45 minutes to do this, and now I officially hate walls. Fuck walls. It looks great if you ask me, but fuck 'em. Twice. In the butt. However, there are more support posts on the inner side, just floating there. To fix those, I used triangle metal supports. This made everything look weird, but sometimes things in life need to look weird, otherwise everything will be normal and you will get lost in the maze of boring normality. But anyway, I placed telephone poles as extended supports for the big platform, because it was floating as well. Perhaps I could have used them for the other platforms as well, but I didn't. The front door of the settlement has these horizontal bars that open to the side. Pretty cool if you ask me. Since I wanted to build a building in the middle of the settlement, I added a walkway connected to the platform stairs and the radio tower. This gave me a bit more space, so I placed the ground stairs a bit to the right, instead of directly attaching them to the stairs of the big platform. The stairs on the other side, though, see this wooden bastard? This bastard is hard-coded into the game files, so I couldn't safely remove it, which made placing the metal stairs a bit tricky. Before dealing with that, I found the exact same brick items as the one under the radio tower, so I placed the floor blocks over the existing ground in this area. The wall is also made out of brick. I wanted to make sure that this part of the settlement retained some similarity to the already existing brick block. Sure, I could have placed black walls around the brick block and pretended it never existed, but too much blackness is going to make my settlers mad. I think this brick is a nice addition to it. The stairs that lead up to the platform are right next to the wall, so the wooden bastard stairs can also be used. I could have covered them in cement, that is true, but I think that this isn't bad after all. I wasn't sure what to do here now, so I went and built the large tower in the middle of the settlement. It has 3 levels, with the roof being a large platform. The lower levels had these shitty grey walls that I disliked, so I replaced them with clean black ones, so all levels are the same. The back side of the settlement has a tank. This tank is used as motivation for the soldiers. They lick it before going to battle. The roof has a vertibird, because this wouldn't be a proper Brotherhood base without it. 3 sides of the roof have rug-supported machine guns. These machine guns have increased accuracy due to the soft padding of the rugs. Glory to rugs. I went back to the brick area and started adding these sloped roof blocks, not over the entire area, just next to the walls. I also added some support beams to make it a bit more realistic. I almost forgot to add the metal triangles under the roof platform, so I did that too. Now with the most of the inner structures created, I went to the settlement entrance and started building the greeting area. I'd love to say I left this space here on purpose, but it was completely accidental and I was glad I had additional area outside of the walls. I placed barricades while leaving a narrow path in the middle towards the settlement entrance. One side has the large guard tower, while the other has a small guard post. Before entering the settlement, anyone who comes here will need to show their weapons on this weapon stand. I also added a bunch of shitty bushes on both sides to prevent any sneak attacks. Before showing you the final design, I need to explain a slight adjustment to the original plan. This final level of the tower needed to have stairs connecting the tower directly to the platform, because if generals and other important people came from the vertibird, they'd need to go to the platform, and by adding stairs here, that can be done very quickly. And now the tour. The entrance to the settlement is heavily defended with multiple barricades, guard posts and turrets. The weapon stand is used to make sure all weapons are accounted for. Once within the settlement, the left area is for everyone and anyone. There are shops and crafting stations that anyone can use. You could say this is the leisure area where soldiers can have fun while modifying their gear. The other side has the entrance to the tower. The ground level contains several power armor stations and trunks with weapons and gear, all ready for the Brotherhood power armors. There are 2 exits, one on the left and one on the right. The right one leads towards the leaking tank. We will check out the other one a bit later. After going up the stairs, we get to the sleeping room. The second level is also the sleeping room. You can only imagine how loud and smelly it gets during the night. The third level is the dining room. There are 2 tables on the sides, while the middle one has a cooking stove and an espresso machine. The entire room is lit up with sensual candles, while everyone eats in silence. Going further up takes us to the roof, where aside from the vertibird and machine guns, there are tables and shelves with ammo and other items that can be taken before going to battle. The radio tower corner has a wireless recruitment beacon that sends out signals to the gods, to anyone interested in becoming a warrior of the Brotherhood. The tower itself has a switch. The switch is used to activate emergency lights that are activated when a vertibird is approaching the landing zone. This switch also activates the lights in the dining room, alerting everyone that they should prepare themselves for the arrival of their brethren. The platform roof under the tower has a couple of barricades because in case of an attack, soldiers are able to jump onto it and attack from it. Machine gun turrets on the ground should help with the defense. But let's get back to the tower and let's go down the stairs. After going right, we get to the platform where generals and other important members of the Brotherhood will meet. They will all take shits in unison and then bathe in said shit. While bathing and discussing important matters, they will watch this TV. It doesn't actually show anything because it is the apocalypse and TVs don't really work anymore, but this is also what I call the channel for the insane. My mom sometimes watches TV like this. I enter the living room and I see her staring at a turned off TV. I always tell her to stop watching the channel for the insane, but she just laughs. Anyway, the shit that the important Brotherhood members produce and bathe in is used to fertilize the soil that produces corn for the settlers to eat. The sprinklers spread the shit, the corn grows, and then the soil within the ground gets absorbed by these water tanks. These tanks create drinkable water from the soil, but also thanks to the corn and the design of the water tanks, there is a chance that corn baby fetuses will be grown within the tanks. This largely depends on the shit that sprinkles the corn and the quality of the water that gets produced. Corn babies are very valuable and don't come to life easily, so the Brotherhood will need to work really hard to get them to grow. That concludes the Zimonia Brotherhood of Steel base. The amount of items that Fallout 4 has, thanks to mods now, is insane, and I already have ideas for 2 future building videos that should be magnificent, but I hope that you like this one as well. Thanks for watching and make sure to let me know, do you have any ideas for future builds? I have been Petard, your glorious lord, and may the blessings of Petardia eternally touch your butt.